Hi, today it's time for my review of the Modern Warfare 2 2022 single player, meaning the campaign. But first off, I want to say thank you to Activision Blizzard for sending me an early access review code. You will see a variety of clips from various locations and situations in my video from the campaign, and I also decided not to put them into a specific order, meaning following the timeline. That in combination with the fact that I'm not showing the last missions or the ending will keep the video pretty much spoiler free, but still get you a good insight how the campaign looks like and if it's worth playing. Usually in a Call of Duty campaign, you'll be traveling to a lot of different locations to execute a variety of missions in the Middle East, Europe, Mexico and the United States in order to prevent a global crisis. How about racing with armed vehicles while leaning out and shooting at the same time on dirty roads that are also filled with mines? Or swimming undetected underwater before slowly breaking the surface in order to execute a takedown, or using your throwing knives in order to silence the surrounding enemies. Or some of my favorites, hanging upside down from a helicopter while shooting at enemy vehicles at the same time, or making your way through some gliding containers on a tilted ship deck where the enemies are also struggling to keep their balance as they at the same time are trying to spot and kill you.
This is where you wait. Soap. Yo voy a estar en la ofrenda. Que no me interrumpan. Sí, jefe.
Yes, there's a lot of fast-paced action as always in a Call of Duty campaign, and if you like me are playing on one of the higher difficulties, then you'll also die a few times before being able to succeed some of the missions. So there's definitely possible to get a nice challenge when playing some of the missions as well. One thing that I liked in particular was when I as Soap was stealthing my way between enemies with no weapons in hand at first, collecting everything from tape, some metal scrap, wax from candles, etc. You know, a bit like the good old MacGyver, in order to either make a homemade mine, Molotov or smoke bomb. This was pretty fun, since it gives the player more variables to play with, meaning that the already quite linear gameplay in a campaign like this loosens up a bit and you can decide a bit more both when to engage the enemy and what tools and weapons to use when doing so.
All clear. It's his phone.
At the same time, there was some missions that both felt too repetitive or too long. For example, when giving your friends air support from above. It was enough with one part of that, but two was a bit too much in my opinion. There was also some moments when driving the armored vehicles, as mentioned earlier, where you needed to jump between vehicles that became a bit tedious. But besides that, I was most of the time having fun playing, eager to get into the next part, meaning the next mission. The only thing I'll say about the storyline is very general information, meaning that the Mexican Special Forces Colonel Alejandro Vargas and his second-in-command Sergeant Major Rodolfo Parra participate in a joint operation with Ghost, Soap and Shadow Company to capture Hassan. So there would be, as expected, a lot of previous characters and maybe favorites of yours showing up in this 17 mission long campaign.
To the bridge! Fast! Secure those controls! Stop this vessel, yeah?
As expected, the game looks great and has also good audio. However, my PC can't at the moment play at the highest settings due to the fact that my 2080 Ti graphics card broke some time ago. But even so, with an AMD RX Fury 9, you can get a nice visual experience as well. I thought that it might be good to say, since not everyone have the possibility or money to play the game on a high-end PC. Now we're getting to the part where I guess some of you guys are wondering if the Modern Warfare 2 campaign in 2022 is worth playing. Well, let me put it like this. If you're like me, someone that has played more or less every Call of Duty campaign through the years, then the answer is definitely yes. But even if you aren't a Call of Duty gamer per se, but like well-developed FPS single-player campaigns like this and can afford it for that sake, then I'm pretty sure you won't get disappointed. To players that have played Call of Duty games and the campaigns before, but stopped doing so for some reason, some years ago maybe, I want to say this. This is one of the better Call of Duty campaigns that I played for some years. For example, it's way better than the previous year, meaning the Vanguard single-player campaign that was released last year. If you also add to it some interesting game modes and concepts when it comes to the upcoming multiplayer experience next weekend, then I would say that 2022 might be the year when you consider to get back into the Call of Duty franchise. I feel confident saying that after playing both the campaign now, but also from my multiplayer beta impressions of the upcoming multiplayer, that this might be a really good year for the Call of Duty franchise. I feel it, but I also of course hope so.
All Bravo, Kilo 01 is inbound hot. Danger close.
Air support's on station.
Changing secondary.
So we're getting to the point now towards the end of the video where I would love to hear from you guys what you think. Maybe if you have had the early access as well, maybe you bought the game already or something and you've been able to play it, let me know what you think. Or if you are considering to buy it, let me know what you think as well. Will you buy it after watching this video, or will you wait and see what happens later down the line when the game has been out, more reviews, more friends maybe have been playing the game? Let me know in the comments. And with that said, I also want to say thanks a lot for watching this video. If you enjoyed, please give it a like, it helps me out here in the YouTube algorithm. And if you're new to my channel and you want to watch some more FPS gameplay when it comes to both AAA titles and indie titles for that sake, make sure to subscribe, and I see you soon in the next video. This was Roger Splish from Sweden. Take care and have a good one.